What's going on, man? It's your girl, Tampa Mystic, and we are broadcasting live on the industry's most wanted
podcast.
I got my co-host with me today. What's going on?
Man, you already know it's great. It's another great day to be here.
Hey, we got Dorilla in the building. Got to tell him who you is.
Man, Dorilla in the building. You know what I'm saying? No intros.
I know we getting acclimated in our new space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things are a little different. But listen, we got one of my homies here. This is somebody I've known for a long time. We've done this before, and we're going to keep doing it.
Facts.
You dig? Shout out to the messenger checking in, man. Came in here looking fresh and fly.
You already know how I do it.
Hey, you always look fresh to death, man. Introduce yourself.
Hey, man, who that is? It's the messenger, man. You already know who I am, man. You know the name, you know the voice. Everything I do got a message to it. It's always positive to change your mind and make you elevate yourself.
Nah, for real, man. Give me some love. Boom. Appreciate you being here today.
Facts.
All that good stuff. So, you know, we're just gonna talk about stuff that you've had going on since the last time we did this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Before
that, though, we'll give him a brief history of who the messenger is, because you know we got to know where he came from, right, Doe?
Facts.
What's the first thing we got to know, Doe?
Man, not the first thing we got to know. Look, we got to know. You know, you got to let everybody else know.
Right.
Where to follow you at, where to keep up with you at.
All my tags are the same. It's the messenger. itzTheMessenger on all platforms, all across your social media, Spotify, on your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's the messenger. itzTheMessenger. That's how you can find me.
No, for real. Like we got to make sure they know that out the gate. So, where you from originally?
I'm from Pearson, Georgia.
Okay, that sounds like country.
Very country.
You a country boy?
Oh, facts. Facts.
What's your favorite thing to eat?
Chicken.
Some fried chicken.
That barnyard pimp.
Hey, well, I'm gonna get you a pimp cup.
That's
then.
what we call it.
The barnyard pimp. How was that coming up? Like, you know, growing up, you know, in the country, more in the country. You know, how was that for you?
I mean, the great thing about it is like I had a childhood. You know what I'm saying? I still got partners that we don't grew up, but we still can, you know, link up no matter where we are. I had a childhood, you know, we didn't have a lot, but we had what we needed. And that's what keeps me grinding every day is like, you know, I didn't have everything that I wanted, but I had what I needed.
Yeah.
So now my kids can be like, hey, Daddy, we got everything that we want and what we need. So it's like now
that's a blessing.
We breaking those generational curses, and that's why I love about being where I'm from is the fact that, you know, no, we didn't have a lot, but it makes you motivation. It gives you that motivation, you know, to just keep pushing to want more for your kids. Because our parents, you know what I'm saying, growing up, you know, they didn't have a lot either.
Right.
So it was okay for them to be that, you know, that hardworking person, that 9-to-5 grind, you know, and just taking care of your wife, your husband, or whoever, you taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, seeing that where I'm from, it's like I wanted something different.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to take care of my wife and my kids, but I want to give them something that they've never had before.
Yeah.
I want to be able to, because my mom always told me, she was like, you was my child that was just different. You always wanted to be different.
Yeah.
That's great. That's why you're a musician.
You didn't want to, you didn't want to just be the person that just go to college or just go work. And nah, I always wanted something different. I was playing instruments in like the 5th, 6th grade. So I always wanted to be the person that stand out. Cause you can never look at me and say, oh, he's like anybody else.
Right.
So that's why when you hear my music, you can never say he sounds like this person or he's mimicking that person.
Yeah.
I may remind you of that person, but you'll never say that I sound like him.
Yeah.
Big facts, man. I think that's dope. So, would you say that coming up in Georgia, I know you was in a small city, coming up in Georgia had an influence on you for wanting to do music?
Yes. Man, you got so many people just to look up to. And when I was growing up, it was people that was actually doing it from small towns. Like, man, when Field Mob was taking off, and I'm like, man, I'm from the 912. They from the 229. They from Albany. Albany is like an hour from my city.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, Field Mob doing it. And then it was a group out of Waycross called Sega Boys.
Okay.
Southeast Georgia Boys. That's what Sega stands for.
Oh, I never.
Southeast
I'm not
Georgia Boys.
That's dope.
And like they influenced one of Field Mob's biggest records, the Georgia record.
Yeah.
They influenced that. So it was like
dope.
it was so many people You got Skrill White coming from.
Shout out to my dog Skrill White. What's happening, brother?
You got so many people in my just
Valdosta.
immediate area, Valdosta area, and I'm like, dang man, these people are really doing it. And then you got your T.I., you got your Andre 3000, you got all these people that really ain't from, Andre them, they from small parts of Georgia.
Yeah.
Savannah. It's like
I'm about to say camouflage out of
so I'm
Savannah.
Like, I'm like, man, it's so many people to look up to. So when I started doing it, it was like second nature.
Yeah.
Because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
Was music, and being that my father was that guy that was like the neighborhood DJ with the speakers in his car, so he always had the new music when he was riding around. So music was just, I guess, in my DNA from birth. Right.
Absolutely. I think that's dope though, man. Like you have a great story and a great journey. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to fast forward a little bit. Mm-hmm. Are you living in the Atlanta area now?
Nah, I'm still living in Augusta.
Are you still in Augusta?
Yeah, because
okay.
I'm an active duty Army, so I'm still in.
Salute you, bro.
Appreciate it. I'm still in. I've been in. This year will be 9 years. I'm doing what I got to do to take care of my family.
Yeah, of course.
But at the end of the day, this is my passion. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So, at the end of the day, I'm in a win-win situation.
Yeah, shout out. I mean, being in the military, it really sets you up for life, benefits wise. Right. And, would you say that being in the military has helped you structure yourself to be a better artist and, a better man, period?
Yeah, I'm more disciplined now.
Yeah.
I'm more disciplined. I'm better with time management. So I'm better with, if I got a project going on and I'm getting ready to put it out, I'm more structured to say, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's all lining up, And meeting so many people in the military, like a lot of people that I've met here in Atlanta are veterans.
Right. Absolutely correct.
Like shout out to DJ Swag, veteran.
Right.
Shout out to B Moss, veteran. Shout out to Ugly Money Nietzsche, veteran. So all these people that that have helped, groom me to who I am today are all veterans.
Right.
So they all understand my story and understand my path that I'm trying to go on.
Right.
So the military has, strengthened me in so many different ways that I never thought it would.
Yeah.
And it also has helped my pen game, because I write different now. I look at the world different. It's so easy, being where I'm from, to get caught up in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was in the streets, but I wasn't in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
now you're in the industry.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So I was around them, but I wasn't in the crowd with them. So it's like, I can talk about it from what I saw, but I'll never tell you that I'm that artist that can talk about it because I did it.
Right. I mean, that's a good thing though. You know what I'm saying? Because being in them streets can land you a couple different, either behind the walls, or lose your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you're familiar with it, but you weren't smack dab in the middle of it.
And I guess that's what molded me, because when I came in, I got that structure.
Yeah.
I got a family. I got people that depend on me.
It becomes bigger than you.
So I can't move the way, that 21-year-old me would have moved with no wife, no kids, no nothing.
Right.
I think different now.
Absolutely.
And the military has definitely gave me all of those qualities that was already in me, but I just never saw them.
What's on your shirt?
Don't quit.
I love that. Oh, and then it says do it. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. Shout out. I mean, I got this from Fashion Nova Men. Shout out to Fashion Nova Men.
Man, shout out Fashion Nova. I love them.
So, when I was looking at it, I was like, dang, that shirt really signifies.
It resonates.
The messenger within himself. Yeah. Like my whole entire life, I just always wanted to live my life with no regrets.
Yeah.
So if I said I'm gonna put my mind to it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And you gotta let me learn the hard way, whether if it was a good decision or a bad decision, because now I can give that to my son. Like, hey, I'm never gonna tell you, blah, 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 don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. No, I'm going to give you tools.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you all the right tools. Now, it's your choice to take those tools into whether to do it or not do it. But if you're going to do it, don't lack in it. Give it 110%.
Yeah.
Period. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I know you know.
Don't quit. Do it.
Doe had a you know, I always like to talk about this because we got to know people's journey. You know, Doe had a time where he had to sit down for a little minute, you know, and sometimes God moves us in certain ways and we can't question his journey or his path. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let Doe chime in and talk a little bit about, you know, just the journey and the path of this music business, man.
Man, it's just, just speaking in on, your paths and like different paths, like everything you go through molds you, you know what I'm saying? And it makes you the person you are. It's like either you like being around street life or being in it, it gives you like, you be able to, judge character. It helps with judge. And that's the thing I always try to tell people, like with my path, it's like you can read body language. You can read people you know. Because versus like people who don't know, they can be in a situation and don't even know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they just there. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? You just got to take all the skills you get in life, no matter what walk of life you went down. You got to be able to apply them to today. You know what I'm saying? Apply them to the music industry. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff work hand in hand because you see a lot of the same stuff in the industry that you see in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. You know what I'm saying? So
that's facts, man. Like we just, we learn and we bump our head a few times. So we're going to talk about that. Since you've been taking this music business seriously, like what's the biggest lesson that you've learned about this music business?
Every move, make it count.
Yes, every move got to make sense.
It got to make sense. When I first started, I was just everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. Yeah. And I was burning myself out.
Yes, you will.
And I was like, dang, like, okay, I'm getting exposure. People are knowing who I am. But some of these showcases really didn't make sense.
No, for real.
Facts.
Like, some of these showcases I did is like, okay, I did it, but I really didn't get nothing out of it.
Right.
And now every move that I'm making now is for the next move.
That's right.
It has to make sense.
It's got to make sense.
If I'm doing this, it's building up for the next project or for the next thing, or for people to get eyes on me, because these are the people that I want to shake hands with and connect with.
That's right.
So that's the biggest thing I've learned. Make it make sense. It has to make sense. Every move has to make sense.
Nah, for real. And it's true. I say it all the time. When I moved here and I ended up, losing my job and doing this full time, the first person I called was Bigger. Shout out OG Bigger Rankin. And that's exactly what he told me. He said, baby, from this point forward, every move you make has to make sense.
Right.
Because this is how we eat, pay our bills, take care of our family, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only that, we ain't in the business to lose money either.
Facts.
What would you say has been like that highlight moment for you so far within music?
Oh man, the highlight was the last show that I did at the end of the year, going into December, or no, it's October. I got two highlights.
Okay, no, fine, give them to us. We got time.
It was like everything that I was praying for was actually coming to fruition. Like it was happening to me.
Look at God.
And I did. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I went in with with confidence in myself and knowing that I got a hit song right now, and I know like this song is doing numbers with the video and my song. So I brought my team with me, and we did a showcase where the cash prize was $1,000, and you won a single distribution deal with Black Dollar Enterprise and Empire.
Yeah.
So when I went in, I did my thing, and I'm coming back to my table with my people, and everybody's like, man, you got this. Listen, man, you got this. And I'm a very humble person, but I'm a humble beast at the same time.
Fact, so you gotta be.
I'm gonna go hard, but I still, So at the end of the show, I'm up there. They call me, and I'm like, man, right? It was 5 people.
Heart beating a little
called
bit.
5 people. Okay, 3 had to go sit down.
Yeah,
it's me and this other guy. Man, when I tell you, the crowd went crazy for me. So this is my point. I'm like, with music, I've never won anything.
Yeah.
I never won anything. And then I won. I was like, dang, that's crazy. Now I got a single distribution deal with Empire. Like, this is crazy.
That's huge, bro. Facts.
That's crazy. And then 2 months later, B-Moss was doing a showcase, or Who Wants to Tour. and if you win the showcase, you go on tour with Mike Beasley.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the show was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I was just gonna ask you, where was the first one at that you won?
The first one was in it was here at El Recon.
Oh, it was in Atlanta. Okay.
So the second one was in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is also that same drive from Augusta to Atlanta,
right,
to Charlotte, North Carolina, like two and a half, some change. And I said, you know what? I'm going by myself. I trust in what I got going on.
That's right.
And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen. And I went in there, and like at the end of it, I was like, I got that same confidence that I had from. I said, I got this.
Yeah,
like,
I know that's right.
And like at the end of it, Beezy was like, "Yeah, the messenger. He won. He going on tour with me." And I was like, "Bro, that's crazy." So now here I am with a single distribution deal in spring of 2022, I'm going on tour with Mike Beasley.
Man,
yeah,
that's like that could be life changing for you.
Right?
Are you ready for all that?
I'm so ready for it.
You gotta be.
Man, I've been wanting this since I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
Since I was a legit. So I guess how I look at it is like, man, this is what I've been praying for, and like it's coming.
Listen,
the right way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I love about it.
When you stay down, you got to stay down till you come up.
Right.
And even when you come up, you got to keep going hard.
Right.
All your hard work is coming to fruition, like you said. You have to speak that stuff, and you have to throw it out there in the atmosphere. We have to put it in the universe. I'm a big believer in that.
You have to.
Because if you don't ever do that, you're going to stay right where you are. And some people are cool with being complacent.
Yeah.
So the tour kicks off, you said, in April?
I'm pretty sure it'll be kicking off around March, April time.
Are you talking about Mike Beasley, Badass?
Badass,
Shout out to my dog, Mike Beasley.
Badass.
What's happening?
The only Mr. Him.
Yeah, Mr. Him.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't figure there was another one, but I just, wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So coming into this year, I mean, you just got your distribution deal. You about to go on tour.
Right.
How did you kick your new year off musically?
I kicked my new year off releasing the song for the distribution deal.
How's it doing? I'm sorry.
It's doing good.
It's doing great.
It's
okay,
doing
cool.
real good. It's doing real good. And now next Friday I'll be releasing a R&B project called Thin Line Between Love and Lust.
Ooh, something for the ladies for Valentine's Day, y'all. Ooh.
Cause I wasn't gonna do it, but I will always do polls on my Instagram, and like my fans and followers like,
that's what you gotta do.
we need some more. We need some R&B from you.
Yeah.
Like you've been rapping for these past 2 or 3 tracks. Like, we want some for the ladies. And then I asked them, hey, do you want me to give it to you on Valentine's? They was like, nah, we need it the weekend before. So when we get into Valentine's,
it's already
we already got
acclimated and ready to go.
Thanks.
How does that feel, though? I mean, how does it feel for you to have people that really tap in and engage and want to see that from you?
It feels good. And I tell people all the time, like, it takes time to build a brand.
Yeah, it does.
It takes time to build a brand. So when you got people that genuinely really want to hear what you got to say, that lets you know, like, you can't give up, you can't stop, you can't get complacent, because these are just those people that have seen you.
Right.
So what about the people that has never seen you?
That's right.
What's gonna happen when you hit Texas, when you hit California, when you hit all these other cities, and you're like, dang, these same people, these other people, they really rocking with what I'm going on. Now you nationwide.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that turns into, being worldwide.
Yeah.
So when you got those people that's really genuine tapping into what you got going on, it's motivation to just, hey, these are what my fans want. I'm going to give it to them, and they're going to give it to everybody else. And I love it.
I can see the energy. Like, I could see it. You're glowing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Like, you're glowing right now. Like, you've always had great energy, but I think this time, us coming together, I can see a different you right now.
And I had to come back. I said,
I love it. You're making me happy.
Yeah,
my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling.
I said, because I had said, when we came the first time, I had to stay up record.
Yeah.
And that's still doing good. But I was like, man, I need to go holler at Tampa, because what I've been doing this past year is amazing.
Yes.
And I know for a fact, and it's just me, because I believe in everything you've been doing. This is the platform that, I know for a fact the world can hear me when I'm saying what I got to say on your platform.
Yeah,
like I said, every move has to make sense. And I know with you, it's going to always make sense.
Man, I appreciate that. Give me some more love.
Yeah.
Boom. So you talked about, people that maybe don't know you getting to know you when you hit these other cities. Right. Let's talk about that for a second. When people hear the Messenger for the first time, what do you want them to get from your music?
I want them to be like, man, this guy's different.
Yeah.
That's the key thing for me. Like, I want them to say, dang, man, who is this guy? Yeah. He's not like nobody I've ever heard before. And then when I'm listening to him, dang, like this guy can talk about all of this stuff and not curse not one time in his music.
Yeah. Man, that's even better because that makes you marketable out the gate.
Yes. Like every song, you tell me every song that he has on his projects can go straight on the radio, no problem. Like this guy.
And it's hard.
I can play this around. I can play this around my kids and still turn up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I want people to know like, hey, I'm different, but everything that I'm giving you, you can put yourself into the music as well. I'm like, hey, I used to go through those same things, or I've dealt with that, and man, look at my life now.
Yeah.
I just want people to, when they see me and they hear me, like, dang, man, he's a messenger for a reason. He's elevating other people through his music.
Yeah.
Dig that.
Man, absolutely. Doe, you got anything?
Man, look, I definitely do.
I know you do. He over there twirling it out like he itching.
So, like, you know how we be, like, sometimes you had these thoughts at night, and I was like, I got this question I want to ask. Like, I want to start asking artists, and you the first person. So
okay.
So I know, like, when I listen to my music, I have lines and songs that I be like, this is my favorite line. I can't wait till people hear this.
Right.
In this single you gave us, what's your favorite line?
My favorite line in this single.
That's a great question.
Do you know, it's the first line of the track. Do you know about the struggle and what comes with it? Your parents black like mine, but we was formed different.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, dope.
Bro, I just got chills. Like that gave me chills right there because a lot of people will never understand that.
Yeah. And because it's the fact that your parents black, but we was raised totally different.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks.
We was raised totally different. But at the end of the day, this is my first time meeting you, and I know for a fact if we just had a conversation, we'll realize we cut from the same cloth, but we still was formed different.
Facts.
That's powerful. Like I got chills right now because I love that because it really will resonate with people. You know what I'm saying? We all go through struggles, different forms of struggles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what your background is, like nothing's ever perfect.
Right.
And speaking of that, let's talk about that because something that I've been on lately is that social media is a lot of smoke and mirrors, right? People only show you the good stuff.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Including myself. I'm not going to post my ugliest picture up there. And I'm not, we ain't doing all that. But, it's real. We're human. We make errors. We make mistakes. We go through struggles, all that.
Right.
Let's talk about that with the Messenger, man. Like, what has been something that you had to overcome within this music business that you don't mind sharing because, we all go through it and you might help somebody else.
I had to overcome just being confident within myself.
Yeah.
I used to downplay, like, I would downplay my gift so much, and then I'll feel like I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
I'll get to the point where I'm putting out the music, man, dang, I'm not getting a lot of streams.
Yeah. And that can become frustrating. Like, what am I doing wrong?
Dang, I just put all this money in this video, and I'm not getting the feedback that I'm getting that I feel like I should be getting. But then it gets to that point where, like you saying, like when you got those people that still tapping in, like, hey, I appreciate this.
Yeah.
Hey, this motivated me. Hey,
right.
I listen to this all the time. So now I'm still keep going. I'm going. And then I see everything is really just elevating. Everything is climbing. And I looked on my Apple Music the other day. The second song that I ever released is still like my #1 streaming song on Apple Music.
That's a beautiful thing, right?
So it's like, if I would have gave up when I really wanted to give up, where would I be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then how can I be the messenger if I'm telling people, if I'm giving up, but I'm telling you to don't quit? You know? How can I tell you to just go do it and
that's
don't
real
quit?
Contradicting. Yeah.
But I'm stopping.
Right.
Regardless of what I've been through, regardless of how old I am, regardless of, my career that I'm in, how can I tell you to go chase your dreams and do what you're doing, but I'm stopping?
Right.
Because it gets hard. Just because it gets hard, that doesn't mean that you got to give up. Because I'm a believer that God gives his hardest task to his toughest soldiers. So
yeah.
Thanks.
I agree, man. Like I don't know. I mean, I guess we can't. We are all hustlers sitting here right now.
Right.
Like, we all aspire to have more than what we already have right now. We're grateful for everything we have. Don't get it twisted. We're very grateful.
Very grateful.
You know,
I know I am.
Yeah, we definitely
Right.
are grateful, and thank you, God, for just even waking us up this morning. But we aspire to have more.
Right.
You know, and I don't understand. Some people just get complacent and they're cool with just getting by.
Right.
I don't know. I guess we just got a hustler mentality. Do you know what I'm saying?
And I guess that was always me. Like, I never just wanted to be
that regular guy.
Regular guy. Like, I never wanted to be okay. Like, I just never wanted to be, like, I kid you not, like, high school, basketball games. Here I am, senior in high school. Everybody else got on their regular, uniform and all that. Man, I'm in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
In high school, because I'm like, this is what the professionals do. So why am I not doing it? I wanted to always be professional in everything that I did, and I always wanted to stand out. You can never look at me and say he's like that person. So I was not okay with being the regular guy.
He said, I went to high school in a 3-piece suit.
I did.
I love that though,
Yeah.
because back then some of the high school students probably like that. This guy's weird.
Weird.
But now looking at you, seeing how successful you are, they're probably like, oh, I get it now.
get it.
You know,
Yeah. Absolutely,
man. That's really dope. Before music, though, what did you aspire to be? Did you ever want to be something different?
I wanted to be a hooper. That's all. Cause man, where I'm from, that's all. At the end of the day, you either leaving the hood doing 3 to maybe 4 things. You either just got a good paying job and you going to another city to do it.
Right.
You joined the military,
Right.
which is one of the things that I did. Very few made it out, with sports. Shout out to Tyreek Hill. He was the first one to make it out of the city, chasing his passion with sports. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So the options are somewhat limited.
The options are very limited because
Yeah.
I'm from a small town with 2 red lights. So the options are very limited. So, yeah, I wanted to be a hooper. So I went to college, got my associate's degree first, and then I got a partial scholarship to go play ball at Bruton Parker College. I played there for a year, but, man, life hit.
Yeah.
The student loans was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when I joined the military. So I always wanted to be a hooper. And even when I joined the military, I was still hooping while I was overseas.
Right.
So that's all I wanted to do. But, man, life hits. Your body ain't the way it used to be.
Bro,
Listen.
my knees hurt every day.
So, but I tapped into what was always in me,
Yeah.
which was music.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I always wanted to be, a jack of all trades. I wanted to be great at everything that I did.
Of course.
So if this didn't work, I still had this. I never put my eggs in one basket. I always had it sporadically. So, man, music just came back to me full circle. And it came back to me. I always think it's the weirdest way how it came back to me. But I was in Afghanistan in my room writing, and I was like, "Hey, man, my wife back home. She's doing what she's holding me down, and I ain't got no worries. I ain't getting no phone calls that we need this. Everything is straight." So I wrote a song called "Hold Me Down," dedicated to her. And when I got back, everybody was like, "Man, that's dope." And my brother was like, "Man, if you can just continue to make music like this,
Yeah.
that you can talk about whatever you want to, still be you, but keep it positive and keep doing what you're doing." He's like,
Facts.
"Man, you'll reach so many people."
Yes.
And that's when I just kept going. That's when the Messenger came about. It was
Yeah.
in 2019 in Afghanistan.
So was that when the name was born?
That's when the name was.
What did you go by before that?
I was a Christian hip hop artist.
Oh, okay.
Beforehand,
Oh boy, that's dope.
I was
Yeah.
finding myself. I was Messenger boy.
Oh, okay.
BOI.
Oh, okay.
And I was finding myself. I was in Europe. I was in Germany, stationed in Germany, and that's why I was going to church and I was doing hip hop in church, and I was still positive, but I was giving God the praise.
Yeah.
And now, and even now, if you listen to my music, you can be like, okay, he's still coming from sort of like a spiritual sense.
Still got a positive
Still got a
message
positive
in there.
message where it's still elevating in all aspects of life, regardless of what he's talking about, whether it's love, struggle, pain, it still can elevate that person within that aspect. So that's what I was doing before I was the Messenger. I was doing Christian hip hop.
The Messenger boy.
But I'm gonna have to chime in on that too. You know what I'm saying? So like the thing for me, like I like when you hear people's story like that, it feel good to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I know people who try that journey and it's like it's kind of on the fence with them. But it's like it's so much more to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go so much further with it than sticking to the same. You know, because you get a wider market, a wider audience.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it'd be like one of them things where it's like you gotta give something that the youth can listen to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To motivate them to do other stuff besides thinking,
Right.
I gotta ride up and shoot somebody.
Right.
Do that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's easier said than done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you come from certain backgrounds, you be like, you battle with that within yourself. You be like, dang, I want to do a positive record, but the streets ain't gonna respect me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I dealt with that.
Yeah.
I dealt with that when I transitioned from Christian hip hop to just doing hip hop and R&B, but still doing it the way that I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Like I would always think like, man, certain people back home ain't gonna listen to this. But then I had to get to the point where I like, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter if
Right.
they listen to it because I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it for. I'm doing it for the people that really want to hear it. So if the hood rock with it, they rock with it.
Yeah.
If the hood don't, they don't. But I guess that was the authenticity in my music. Like when I made Stay Up, everybody in the hood was like, "Hey, bro, this like the street, this like the hood anthem because we know this is exactly what you went through.
Yeah.
We know. You wasn't doing this and all of the other stuff, but this was still the struggle that you went through.
Right.
And this was a struggle that a lot of us went through. When we went through the struggle, we tapped in to something else.
Facts.
But you just kept moving another way. Cause like, man, I had cousins like I would when I was growing up and I would see like certain people doing it, what they was doing, I'd be like, man, I could do that too. Let me go ahead. And then I have cousins, older cousins, like, nah.
Yeah.
You finna go do something else. Like,
Yeah.
you finna take your butt to college, or we ain't even finna let you, get yourself in this situation. You know what I'm saying? We in this. This just how it is. But we're not gonna allow you because we see something totally different.
Absolutely.
So I totally agree, man. It was a tough transition, but man, when I transitioned and I reciprocated the love that I was getting, I was like, man, I can really, really do something with this.
That's right. Yeah. And you have to do it unapologetically because otherwise you're not going to be happy.
Right.
If you're out here doing music to please everyone else, you're not going to be happy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell like your spirit is like radiating right now. You're happy. I can see it in your face and your energy levels. And I love that because that makes me happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Being around that positive energy like makes us have a better day.
Yeah, right.
You know, so definitely I'm happy for you for everything that's going on.
Appreciate it.
You ended the year strong. You started the year strong.
Yeah, we're going
you gotta keep going strong.
Gotta keep going strong. Because that's what happened. Because when people tell me that they wanted the R&B project, and I was like, man,
that's fire.
For me to talk about what I really want to talk about, there's certain people that ain't gonna agree with. Because I kid you not, like I'm not a mama's boy, but you know what I'm saying. I respect my mom.
Of course, of course.
But I told my mom, I said, Mama, straight up, like there's certain songs on this R&B project that you gonna like. There's certain ones that you ain't. There's certain ones that you just ain't gonna want to listen to. But at the end of the day, I have to give my fans and my followers what they want to hear.
Period.
Not everybody is gonna approve of everything, but if I'm worried about what my mama or my dad or what certain people got to say about my music, then I'm not being as creative as I wanted to.
Absolutely.
Because I'm trying to box myself in to please everybody.
Can't do
I have
that.
to go into the studio, feel what I feel, say what I want to say, and I gotta let it be authentic and come out that way.
As an artist, you have to. You have to be completely creative, and you have to be able to give people 100% you.
You do.
And like you said, some people gonna love it, some people not, but that's cool because you make different types of music, which is great because now you can cater to everybody.
Right.
What's the record that you brought us today?
It's called Goodbye Struggle.
Let's talk about it a little bit. Where were you at? What was your mental space like when you wrote this record or came up with the concept for it?
So y'all gonna be like, dang, this crazy. So the hook, the chorus of the song, I wrote that when I was 19.
Okay.
I wrote that when I was 19, and
but you only 20 now.
I'm 31. I know I look good. But yeah, I'm 31. So I wrote the hook when I was 19, and like back then with rapping, all I did was I knew how to rap. I didn't know how to rap with a concept. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. None of my music really just had concepts behind it. It was just I would talk about something right here, and I just place it together with the verses.
Yeah.
So now I recycled the hook. And I told my brother, I said, this song right here, you already know this song is dedication for me and you because that's how we grew up. This was our theme song when we was younger. I said, so I'm taking this verse, this chorus, and I'm gonna recycle it, but I'm finna give some more meaningful verses behind it.
Yeah.
So the whole song can be a complete song. And I literally put my entire life in a song within like 3 minutes.
That's crazy.
The first verse, I'm giving you, as a child, what I grew up with, what I saw my parents go through, and how they overcame it. And then in my second verse, I'm talking about, when me and my girl got together and we got married and what me and her went through and how we overcame those obstacles and look at where we're at now. So we're winning on both sides. My parents are living good and we living good, and we can say hello, better days, to goodbye to the struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I love that you were able to sum all that up in a song. It's 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
Yes.
Wow. You
had to be rapping fast.
No, I like that because we are definitely in an era where less is more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So keeping it 3 minutes or under is great. You know what I'm saying? If you can do that.
Right.
It's available on all the digital platforms?
All digital platforms. It's on all digital platforms. And shout out to Square White. Square produced the song for me.
Shout out to Skrill White, man. That's a talented dude.
Man, that guy's
That's my dog, man. I ain't seen him in a minute. Last time I seen him is I went to Valdosta. Chill Will used to do. He probably still does a lot of events. And Skrill White pulled up to one. I think it may have been in for my birthday party because we did my birthday bash down there one year. So shout out Skrill White. But before we get into the record, 3 things we got to do, right, Doe?
1, 2, 3.
3 things. The first thing that we're gonna do, man, it's people, they gotta know where to follow you and keep up with the movement.
Hey, I need y'all to follow me on all platforms. All your social media is itzTheMessenger. itzTheMessenger. And when you want to listen to it on your Spotify, your Apple Music, anything that where you're streaming at, just search The Messenger. I will be up there with this big fedora. You feel me?
I know that's right. I gotta introduce you. One of my friends, she recently launched her company. It's called Butter Brims. Okay. And she makes custom fedoras, like for men and women. And the price, like, shout out to my girl Lorraine. Yeah, I'll tell you, she makes some beautiful ones, like dope. If you like to wear them,
collab. Like, this is my brand. Like, you'll never see me anywhere without a fedora.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe you and her can.
Yep.
Yeah, because she's in the Atlanta area as well. So most definitely. Second thing we got to do, man, we got to pay homage, show love to the people that show love to you.
Right.
Who do you want to shout out to?
Hey, man, let me shout out, man, my whole entire supporting cast. I ain't got to name all y'all, but y'all know exactly who y'all are. Everybody that pulls up to every show, everybody that's in every video, or just in my corner, that people that's always supporting me, the people that's on my Facebook right now, basically all my family and friends and people around the world who I came in contact with through the music. Like, the love that I've been getting this entire journey, it's been amazing. I just want to shout out to all of y'all to let you know I truly appreciate it. This ain't nothing. We ain't stopping. We always gonna keep going up, and it just get better and better with time.
Nah, for real. Big facts. What's the last thing we got to do, Doe?
Man, you already know what time it is. We on number 3. You know what I'm saying? This is the industry's most wanted. So now we got to know why the Messenger is the industry's most wanted.
Listen, man, because I have that sound that it's what you need. I have that sound that's going to elevate your mind. I have that sound that's going to change, the thought process of how you look at music. And I just have that sound that everybody want to hear. Everything that I do is a vibe. Whether I'm turning you up, making you feel good, or, you're in the mellow, everything that I do is what you want to hear. And I am the industry most wanted.
Hey, you dig? I need to get you a industry's most wanted sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Most definitely, man. Well, listen, it's always a pleasure. And like I said, you've always brought positive vibes, but this time around, it's radiating.
Right. I appreciate it.
It's like you making me smile over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, the vibes are all good. So we about to get into this record, man. Without further ado, go ahead and introduce it.
Hey, what's good, world? You already know who that is. It's The Messenger. And this is my new single, Goodbye Struggle.
Let's go.
Industry's most wanted.
Do you know
know about the struggle and what comes with it. Your parents black like mine, but we was formed different. Never knew about the city. From the bottom we came. The time of 2 red lights. This is how I was raised. In the single wide trailer, the house I called my home. We played all day, but was inside before the lights came on. Bikes was how we ride. Basketball was at 9 to 5. You fight your homie today, but tomorrow by his side. But what don't kill you make you stronger. I remember that. And sometimes you may lose, but you can win it back. When one door closes in your face, another one will open. I'm all in just like poker, cause I ain't never See, I done been through the rain, hit by the thunder, smashed to the ground, but I never crumble. Yeah, that was yesterday. Today I'm on my hustle. Say hello, better day. Goodbye to the struggle. Yeah, that was yesterday. Goodbye to the struggle. As a kid, I remember the nights.